everyone, welcome back to our channel. I am Anne and I am one half of the Sussex Handmade Soap Company, and today we are going to be creating the first of our April releases. I cannot believe we are making the April releases already. That is just crazy. How has time gone so quickly? So our April release is going to be a nice naturally coloured soap. We will be using rose clay, activated charcoal and kaolin clay. We shall be scenting it in the most delicious black cherry fragrance oil that smells amazing, and we shall be topping it with rosebuds. And we're going to be doing a kind of like weird thing with a coat hanger in the middle as well, just a kind of sign that I'm sure it's been done before, but I haven't seen it done before in the way that I'm doing it, so we're going to mess about with a coat hanger too, and that's it for today. But before I take you to the soap making, can I also urge you guys, if you are new to soap making and you want to make your own soaps, to check out our new soap making mini series. We have done a one-off block of 7 videos, and as I speak, I'm not quite sure at what point the videos will be at in terms of how many of them will already be live, but we should at least have the first 1 or 2 up, hopefully, and live. So check those out if you're new to soap making and you want to watch our beginners series, because hopefully it will offer some hints and tips. But anyway, back to today's soap, back to our black cherry naturally coloured soap. I hope you enjoy it. It's here. So today's soap is going to be comprised of 6 layers, and it is quite a tricky one and we need to work fairly quickly. We are beginning with the first 3 layers, so we have got half of our soap oils here, and we're going to colour the oils first. We are using activated charcoal in 1 layer, and we are using, how much activated charcoal are we using? 2.5 grams of activated charcoal. And we are using rose clay, and we are using, I believe, 7 grams of rose clay. And for the last portion, we have got kaolin clay, and we are using 2 grams of kaolin clay. Now I'm just going to use the stick blender just to whiz these up a little and get the clays and the charcoal immersed nicely, dispersed nicely into the oil. So now we've got these all dispersed, we're going to pop these 2 to the side, and we're going to begin by working on our first layer, which is going to be our black layer. So I'm going to add in our lye now, and I've got 1/6 of our lye here because we are using 1/6 of our oils to create this first layer, and I'm going to bring it to a medium trace today. And now we need to add in 1/6 of our fragrance, which today is a black cherry from Sells the Smells. We're popping in 6.6 grams of that, and that it does equate to 1/6 of our total fragrance weight. It is a very nice, very strong scent, this one. It does last very, very well. It smells really nice. Kind of like cherry, kind of a little bit like almond or marzipan. It's got that kind of cherry bakewell sort of scent to it, or at least I think it has anyway. So we've incorporated that, and now we need to pour this first layer down into our mould. Layer number 1 going in. And I do need to work fairly quickly with the next layers. Basically what we are going to be doing is just repeating this process, firstly with the rose clay portion and then the kaolin clay portion, and then we are going to use the rest of the oil and create another black layer, another white layer and another pink layer. So we have got a 6-layer soap. I hope that makes sense. I think that makes sense. There we go, layer number 1 in. We'll pop it to one side to firm up, and we shall get working on layer number 2. So 1/6 of the lye going into layer number 2, which is the rose clay layer. brought to a medium trace, the black cherry scent added in and mixed well. Then we are pouring carefully over our first layer, going down over our spatula to avoid, hopefully, the pink layer breaking through the black layer. And we put it to one side and move on to layer number 3. Third layer is the white layer, again in with our lye water. And I should say as well, we're working at around about 120 degrees Fahrenheit today. I'm sorry, I'm not too sure what that is in Celsius. Somebody did ask me to mention that, but I'm not sure. We're working quite hot today because obviously this is a 6-layer soap, so the oils are going to cool as we work. So I want to allow for the fact that they are going to drop in temperature. I don't want the temperature to drop too low, so I've started higher and they will just sort of, as we go layer by layer, the layers will be a little cooler, but we started at about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So brought to a trace, fragrance in, fragrance mixed in, and then we're going to pour the white over the top of the pink, and then we're going to get started on those next 3 layers. And again, just breaking the fall with the spatula. I've left this trace a little bit thinner than the previous 2 because there is going to be a little bit more of a weight now while we prepare the next 3 layers. So I've left it a little bit thinner than the other ones. And I think for the next 3 layers, you've seen me doing this already, so I think I'm going to just set it to some music, speed it up, so you can watch the next 3 layers being poured in super speedy time. So there we have it, 3 more layers added, and I've got to say, as I was layering that up, it really reminded me of a Neapolitan ice cream with the vanilla, the strawberry and the chocolate, which technically isn't black like the charcoal, but still reminds me of a Neapolitan ice cream. Now we need to add our decoration, our swirl. We need to get our swirl in there. And today we are using our hanger, and I'm kind of doing a feather swirl up and down today. This hanger is highly unlikely to get through those bottom 3 layers. I believe they will have set up too firmly now for this hanger to get through them, so we're kind of aiming to go through more so the top 3 layers, but I'm just pushing down, and I have got all the way to the base, but I don't think it will necessarily swirl those bottom layers very much. Then I'm moving across, pulling up, moving slightly across, pushing down again. And I'm not sure what you'd call this technique. It's a little bit like what you do with a Taiwan swirl, a little bit like the feather swirl, but I'm not sure if going along it like this has got an actual name or not. But there we go, we are complete. And to decorate the top, I'm just going to take our little leftover scrapings of batter, and I'm just going to kind of trickle them all over the top. Wherever they happen to fall and lay is where we will go with. So just sort of splattering them on. I'm like an artist, like an abstract artist, like Picasso or something. And maybe in hundreds of years, people will pay thousands and millions of pounds for my soap art. I highly doubt that, but you never know. Right, that's the black splatter. Let's do the pink splatter. So same as what I did with the black, splattering it onto the top. Just to make the top look a little bit more exciting, a little bit more interesting, less plain. And now I could leave it like that. I probably, after I have played with it, will wish I had left it like this, but I'm not going to leave it like this. I'm going to use a chopstick to just kind of swirl through it. Just say in any kind of way I feel like, just kind of taking that swirl design and making that top look really pretty, like this. Now there's one final touch for today's soap, and that's rosebuds. We are adding one lovely dried rosebud to the centre of each bar. So I'm going to go down the soap, trying to get these placed nicely in the centre. And I think this just finishes them off really nicely. It's been quite a long time since I've actually used botanicals like this on the top of a soap. Probably, oh, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. I suppose the last one with botanicals was the green tea soap that we did. The others have had soap dough recently. I like using soap dough and I like using botanicals. I don't really have a favourite. I suppose if I had to pick, I would probably choose to go with soap dough, just because I enjoy playing with it and moulding it. But then I also really like the kind of natural effect that you get with the botanicals too. And seeing as this is a naturally coloured soap using the charcoals and the clays, it seemed quite fitting and quite nice to have these little rosebuds on the top like this. And I think I've managed to take it from looking like Neapolitan ice cream to looking like a really fancy, posh Italian ice cream. Or at least in my mind, I think it looks like a kind of a really posh ice cream that you get at one of the kind of expensive ice cream parlours that are so delicious. And this is our black cherry swirled and layered soap. We shall be coming back tomorrow. Join us for the cut. So 24 hours later and we are unmoulded and on the soap cutter ready to cut. We have got a very little bit of soda ash on the top of this one, but it's really not a lot and I'm not especially fussed by it, so we're going to leave it as it is. So let's chop down. I've lined this up so hopefully these little rosebuds are not going to get cut. And for once I actually seem to have done a fairly good job of placing my flowers and nothing is getting cut. Which, if you see my other videos, is always a bit hit and miss with me. I do often end up chopping through things because I haven't placed them properly. And there we have it, today's kind of layered and swirled soap. And as predicted, the hanger tool didn't get so well down through the bottom layers because they had just firmed up a little bit too much. But I was expecting that, so no real shame there. I think the rest of it looks pretty good. A very kind of abstract, different soap design, but I like it. So there you have it, black cherry swirled layered soaps. I absolutely adore the scent on these ones. I think it is so beautiful. Thank you for watching today's video. Please do check out our website here. Our Mother's Day / March collection is now live. I think it is our best collection yet. So do feel free to check out those soaps and use our discount code here if you wish to purchase anything. Please leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought of today's design. Let us know what your favourite scents in soaps are. are. Give us a like and please do subscribe if you like our videos. It means a lot to us and it's just really great to see how well our channel is growing. I know we can't thank you guys enough. It's been a year we've been on YouTube now, almost to the day, and it's just gone better than we could possibly have imagined. So thank you everybody, and we shall see you, Tuesday for the behind the scenes, perhaps tomorrow for the beginner soap making, and next Friday for another soap making video. So there's a lot of stuff going on. You don't want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button. Bye!